Electoria Spine.
So I know it's ingrained in the shonen genre, but one of the things that I've never really enjoyed too much about the shonen genre in general is these monologues to the people who have villainistic tendencies, who are basically the antagonist of the stories and always trying to be the hero that wears the cape no matter the situation, always trying to give some kind of life lesson, always trying to see good in somebody. Now, I get in most cases within these scenarios, just like this one with Mash and Masked Dude, you know, I understand and I realize, I think his name's Abyss. Is that right? Is his name Abyss? Abyss Razor or whatever. I understand that, like, there can inherently be some good, and I understand that in most situations they are able to give them some kind of life lesson and bring them back into realizing that they're just a big old dumb buffoon, whether they were following somebody who was evil, whether they were just looking at the world differently, whether they were reacting to how the world treated them, like in this Abyss Dude's specific example here. But, you know, it's just kind of one of those things that does get a little tiring when it comes to shonen anime. And these are things that have happened again and again, right? In Black Clover, in My Hero Academia, you know, in a lot of these different shonen anime, these things that happen over and over again. That's kind of why when certain shows break the norms, like Attack on Titan, or, you know, even, I was going to say Bleach, but even Bleach has these moments too. You know, when those things happen, that's why it's like, okay, this is I'm going to use the words that they use here. It's a pariah of the genre, right? And I think that's just one of the things I have to kind of get out there. Is like, even though this episode was dope and it was awesome, it's just one of the things that I was like, man, I always hate that we have to, like, save the bad guy. Now, I guess it's kind of Mash's personality of him, like, just like, I beat you. Let's share a cream puff because you can't whip my ass. I'm going to whoop your ass again. So it's either we're friends and we enjoy a cream. We cheers over a cream puff, or, you know, like, I whoop your ass again. You make the decision. The choice is in your hands. The cream puff is in mine. So I guess it's just kind of part of his thing, but, like, it just kind of gets a little old at some point. Now, for the rest of the episode, you know, so overall, if you were to stop the video here, I'm going to say this episode was a solid 8 out of 10 episode. I think it was really good. Had really good moments. I love learning about the second tier that the double lines have of magic, which is called their second move. They have, like, a second move of whatever their main move is. I really enjoyed finding that out and then seeing it go into effect 1, 2, 3 times with Abyss doing it, with Lance doing it, and then whoever the guy, what was the guy with the glasses called? Worth? I think his name was Worth. Seeing him do it with his mud magic. I enjoy seeing all those different moves. I think that was really cool. So if you were to stop here, 8 out of 10. So this episode can be kind of summed up like this. It starts off with, you know, right where the battle left off, with Lance fighting that Worth guy, basically learning about mud magic. We see that Worth guy, you know, he succumbs to Lance's gravity magic, graviole magic, whatever. And he busts out a magic essence, which I guess just kind of rejuvenates his magical powers. Basically puts his meter back up, and then he busts out his second move, which is this crazy rock mud monster. In respect for him, Lance pulls off the same thing. He summons his mud, or his gravity second move as well too. He ends up being the guy, and then he tells him, like, you know, I don't agree with you. I think all this shit you're spouting is nonsense, but I really respect your effort that you put in, because he sees an old tattered book that he had dropped. So I thought that was a really cool thing. Then the fight becomes between Mash and Abyss, and one of the things that they didn't touch on at the end of the episode, which kind of pissed me off a little bit, which leads me to believe that it wasn't Abyss, but it was Abyss's boss. Is Lemon is being held in captive, and her magic is being drained from her. And he threatens Mash, saying that, you know, hey, we'll drain out everything. Very long story short about the battle was Mash ended up winning. We got to see a second level of acceleration magic by this guy. We learn that he does in fact have magic. He's not like Mash at all. He's not magicless. He was bequeathed a eye of the devil, which basically his eye causes to disabilitate or remove the ability for those who make eye contact with him, that their magic ceases to work. So anybody he looks at, essentially, their magic just simply stops working. That has caused him a lot of grief in life, so much his own parents try to kill him. Very sad stuff, because magic is such on this level of the world. You would think that they would use him or find ways for him to be very useful in a world where he can still command magic, but he can also negate magic. You think that's super powerful, which it is. But he basically had a very poor childhood and rough experience based on all of that stuff. Before anything, he busts out his second tier of magic. Mash kind of breaks through it with sheer power, as he calls ridiculous violence. And then Mash proceeds to yell out muscle parts like glutes and back and spine. He ends up suplexing this dude, and just like, I'm surprised he was still able to be conscious through it all. And then Mash basically says at the end, we should share some cream puffs. So that's kind of where the episode ended off on. So really good episode overall. Really good Sakuga. Really enjoyed all of that. Just didn't really enjoy the monologuing of trying to save these guys who have joined some really evil shit. So that's kind of my idea there. But anyways, let me know what you guys thought this episode down in the comments below. Episode 9, another good episode. Really did enjoy it. Mashle has really not really disappointed. They're just that little nitpick that I have this specific episode. But overall, really good. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed seeing like I said, the Sakuga and everything that happened this episode. As an FYI, for next week, I'll be on vacation, so my episode 10 may be late. I'll probably try and get it out that weekend when I come back, but just as an FYI, if you don't see it on launch day when episode 10 launches, you'll probably see it within the next few days after that, so hopefully come by for that. All right, have a great day, night, weekend, all that stuff, my friends. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.